So what I want to talk to you guys about today is a little bit about connecting in the wedding business. Something that I like to do a lot is networking, getting to know. You notice that like every time I do a wedding, I usually mention who else was there with me. I try to tag them. When I'm there, if there's some free time, I try to say hello to everybody and introduce myself. And that is because I'm still fairly new at this business and because I like to get to know as many people as I can, but also more for the benefit of my brides and grooms. I feel really good about connecting people with good people because it takes the stress out of the planning for you. You know, if you find me and you like me and you decide to use me as your officiant and you trust me, then for me to be able to give you a short list of photographers, videographers, florists, whomever, that hopefully makes more stress off your plate, because now it's less combing and searching and scrolling through everywhere on the planet in order to find something. It was something I did 10 years ago without even realizing I was doing it when I was getting married 10 years ago. I think I booked my photographer first and loved her so much and really trusted her judgment and her experience that I said, okay, well, who do you like for a DJ? And, you know, that brought me to a great DJ, Rob Alberti, who I still keep in touch with now on more of a professional level. It's very exciting that I get to be in this world. You know, I think Rob had recommended my videographer and so forth. So, you know, to be able to get those recos from these pros who have seen these people work behind the scenes, like they're going to point you in the right direction. So I love being able to do that. So I wanted to tell you a little bit about an event I went to last week. It was put on by the Knot in Fairfield. And it was just like a little networking event for pros. But I wanted to tell you about some of the people I met there and see if they'll help any of you. I'll give you a little preview. Let's see if I can flip my camera. If I can show you there. Here's some of the business cards that I collected that night. This piece right here in the center is actually the program that the Knot gave out that night. And there was a bunch of awesome people that I met. So just show you who I've got. So I got to meet the owner, Sabrina, from Jamari Pastry. I know you guys can't see these because they're flipped, but that's okay. It's the important thing is to go and meet people. So Jamari is downstairs, down in Stamford. I've heard of them tons of times from my great friend Lisa, who lives in the Stamford area. I hear her singing her praises, so it was so cool to meet the owner and be like, oh yeah, I know you. I hear you guys are awesome. So, Jamari Pastry. There was a couple of live bands that night, people who represent live bands. Bales and Gitlin is a band out of North Bramford, and I need to call you, Ginny, because I owe you a contact about some website information, so I have that here. I will do that. And also ETA Music is another wedding band that works out of Westport, but I'm assuming that they go everywhere. Both really great ladies. So nice to meet them. Here's another one that I had heard about many times and seen all over the place, but first time I got to meet these people in person. It's so cool when that happens. It's like, it's kind of like meeting celebrities. It's like not quite real. And you're like, oh yeah. So this is Bespoke Designs, and they are in Westport, and that is for your custom designed invitations or other signage. Anything that you want beautifully designed and unique for your wedding day is Bespoke in Westport. I met a wonderful travel agent. This is Great Explorations Travel, Renee Prasad. I apologize, Renee, if I'm pronouncing that wrong. You need to check Renee out, not just for honeymoon travel, but what she does is really interesting. She just started doing some hosting trips where she's taking groups of women and going to places like Morocco and Iceland. I think she's trying to do a tour to Scotland that's a whiskey and golf, which I'm not a whiskey or a drinker or a golfer, but that just sounds really cool. So if you're the type of person who looks like you want to go traveling with a group of people, like this is, Renee is somebody to talk to, because these sound like some really awesome adventures that she's putting together. That I posted some of the pictures from that night. I'll post some more. But the gorgeous flowers that were decorating the space that night at Penfield Pavilion were done by In Bloom, and they are under the umbrella of Power Station Events, but Helena Willis is the floral manager and lead designer at In Bloom. Oh my god, these were just so beautiful. Like, the colors were absolutely perfect for the season. She had draped some things on the chandeliers that hang from the ceiling, and then there were some other decorative elements that were behind the bar area. So gorgeous, gorgeous work. Check out In Bloom for your florals. My wing woman for this evening is another officiant and favorite JP of mine, Sandra Gabriel. I have your card here, Sandra, from name of her business is Rings and Vows. Why am I promoting somebody who does the same thing as me? Because she's awesome, because I'm not always available, because she's not always available. If you're on my bridal newsletter, you'll be receiving this month's edition of Wedding Pro Spotlight. Is about 3 JPs that are really awesome and dear to me: Sandra, Janine, and Marie. These ladies were hugely instrumental in helping me get my start when I started this business, giving me helpful tips. They've passed me referrals when they are booked. I try to pass them referrals back and forth, and each of us do something a little bit different, but I think each of us are pretty awesome in our own way. And you know, why do I want to refer people that do the same thing as me is because what's really important to me is that you have a great day, even if that great day doesn't have anything to do with me. So there was a lot of times people come up to me and say like, well, I'm getting married in church, so I don't need you. I was like, great, that's fine. I'm so happy for you. Who else do you need? Do you need a photographer, a videographer, florist, cake, music? What do you need? Because clearly I am meeting like so many awesome, great people, and I'm not getting any money for sending them, they're giving their name out to you, but I believe in the power of positive energy, and what you give, you get back tenfold. So, you know, I know it'll all come to me eventually whenever it's time to, but in the meantime, I just love helping great people. So, Sandra was my wing woman the evening. We were trying to invent the punchline to a joke. What happens when a JP and a minister walk into a networking event? I don't think we've still figured out that punchline, but what did happen was an awesome time. Her and I swapping stories, and you know, about weddings and also about being moms in this business and having kids. And so thanks, lady, for being my date. It was so much fun. So while Sandra and I were there, we stepped into the photo booth. I'll put these like very quickly so we can't focus on them too much because they're kind of crazy. The photo booth provided by Super Party Land, which is Daniel is the company owner there, and he was really great. This booth is so cool. If you've never seen Super Party Land's booth, you know, I don't know if you can tell in the background, see how like there's this wooden, it's because this booth is like a fully built cedar colored looking wooden, I don't want to say the word shed because that sounds terrible, but it's a wooden box that you can actually step inside and draw the curtain, and it's filled with like props and all kinds of cool things, and it has this very sort of like vintagey, like outdoor picnicky vibe. Like I could totally see if you're having a fun, shabby chic outdoor wedding that you would pop this little wooden cabiny looking structure on the property. It's I'm probably butchering what it looks like, but go over to let's see, is it as easy as superpartyland.com? Yes, superpartyland.com. I'm sure they have pictures of it. It's really cool. You got to check it out. So Sandra and I popped in that booth and got our picture taken. Used as many props as we could to disguise ourselves. One of the other good ones that we stopped by, there was a couple of vendors doing some demos. Tara Piccolo from the Scripted Scribble. Tara does calligraphy. She was handing out for free these adorable these little pieces of plastic that you could get whatever you want, your name, your company name. Of course, I got Ever After Memories on the blue one. in gorgeous gold calligraphy. So I will be treasuring that and saving that aside, decorate my desk with someday. And also Katie from Power Station Events. Katie is actually getting married soon too, in New Hampshire. Kind of far, although I will definitely travel if you'd like me to, Katie. But it was nice at the end of the evening. Sandra and I had hung out till the time where things were starting to dwindle down, and I believe Katie and Helena from In Bloom and I found ourselves on some couches and we're swapping some stories. And so I always love that part of an evening when it starts to get down to just a handful of people and actually can have a good chat. So that's just a sample of some of the great people we met last night. I'll tag everybody in the post afterwards, but you know, if you are in the planning process and you need somebody, definitely let me know. So, check out some of these many good folks that I have here. I've got tons more, so just reach out anytime you need help. And if you are already married and you had an awesome experience with Wedding Pro, please, please, please share, because I would love to get to know them if I don't already know them, and then I can be on here and share their news to others as well. So